Just waiting for my date to arrive.
Wow, look at this.
So what did you think of our day? You are watching Season with Salt, the weekly show on Salt's YouTube channel where we explore all things relating to being a Christian who is single and dating. And today I am joined by Hugh.
Hi.
Hugh is, I've brought my friend to work again, which is always fun. But we are looking at where you'd go on a first date. Are there rules about the sort of location you pick, the activities you do, and crucially, how much you spend? What's your process when it comes to dating?
If I've asked someone out, I will expect to have planned that.
To do logistics?
Yeah, and probably pay for it. If someone had asked me out, I think I wouldn't think ill of them if I was involved in the process of...
If they were like, great, where should we go? You wouldn't be like, oh, they didn't come.
No, probably not. I'd probably be like, I've got loads of good places that I want to visit that I haven't been to yet, so...
I guess also it's a case of like asking yourself, what is the job of a first date? It's not so you can try a spectacular Michelin star restaurant.
Yeah.
It's, you know, the food and drink. There's wonderful food and drink out there for everyone that you can experience with your friends or your family or whatever. It's like, it's just a space for you to ask yourself, how do we connect? Do I want to continue to grow this? And actually, so my argument is, and a lot of people don't agree with this, less is more with a first date. Like, genuinely do not go all out. And that doesn't be very respectful of the person's time. It doesn't mean like just diminish the whole thing and put no effort in, but like, you know, show up on time, be presentable, invest in the way that you speak to that person. Timing is key. Yeah, timing is key.
Yeah.
Like, and you know, be really engaged and everything. So don't skimp on that effort, but don't book a helicopter and you know, 3 courses and then the boat ride and the candles. And it's like, if you're a person who does all that stuff, it's amazing once you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
But if you don't know if there's a connection there, save your time, save your money, book yourself in a 1-hour little trot around the park and work out if it's worth building those memories together, you know?
Yeah, I guess it can be hard to live up to that as a first date once you've set the bar.
Keep the bar low.
Yeah.
That's how.
I think for a first date and for a kind of meet and greet, you know, I actually really found lockdown. I went on a few dates during lockdown in the winter when we were all kind of locked away, so you couldn't go to any restaurants. So dates were grab a coffee, go for a walk, see whether you have a vibe.
Lockdown has been a bit of an equaliser for that, hasn't it? Because like all financial abilities kind of just had to...
I think that's a great way just to, especially when it's someone you've not actually met before, which through dating apps is often normally the case.
What would you say is an ideal first date location? If we're not doing a park, are you like a bit of a pub guy? Do you start off with a nice sort of coffee shop? You know, or would you go for a full restaurant meal?
I wouldn't go for a full restaurant. So I'll let you into my secrets.
Stop it.
Yeah,
okay.
I would often go. In fact, when I was working in town, there was a place near where my office was that had a lovely little kind of cafe that turned into a bit of a drinks place in the evening on the canal in Haggerston. And then there was a really nice chop house down the road. So you could go meet someone for a drink at the cafe, and depending on the time, you know, it could be a coffee, it could be a glass of wine. And then if it goes well, you could kind of say, oh, I know this great place down the road.
Here's my perfect date location. Hear me out. Nando's. Now, I think Nando's is ideal. You don't get clouded by that whole like, oh, the setting's so romantic, oh, blah, blah, blah. No question over who's paying because you've ordered for yourself and you've paid at the counter.
Clever.
Clever. There's no sort of like awkwardness over it. What you said you wanted, you've paid for, okay? And then you just sit there, you know the food's good. It's always the same, always the same. So there's no like, oh, I've got this spaghetti and it's not quite what I wanted. And then there's that awkward bit where you're like, should I complain, but then they're going to think I'm weird and that's going to get awkward, but then do I eat food like I'm actually allergic to? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
not at Nando's, you know? You know which one it is. You know a lot about someone by their spice rating as well. Have you got yourself an extra hot or a lemon and herb? Always good to know.
So what's good in that?
Well, no wrong answers. It just depends on your personal preference, you know. If you're enjoying this conversation, don't forget to like and subscribe. We release all kinds of content to encourage, inspire and entertain Christians on the Salt YouTube channel. So I wanted to convince Hugh that his trendy, you know, canal side restaurant, which is great, like don't get me wrong, don't stop taking people to that place.
Yeah.
But actually you can have an amazing date in somewhere that's maybe a bit of a surprising date location, like a chicken shop or a Clapham kebab house.
Kebab shop.
So here's what happened when we went on possibly the cheapest date possible at my local kebabi. Just waiting for my date to arrive at my gorgeous kebab shop table.
Wow, look at this. You do spoil me.
Take a seat on our kebab shop date. I have to say though, they had one set of flowers already. They're real.
They are real.
They're lovely.
They smell lovely. This is fantastic.
How cute is it that they just brought over this candle? Cheers.
Cheers.
To romance in a kebab shop.
Cheers to romance in a kebab shop with purple bacon.
Let's just eat them. So what did you think of our day?
Fantastic, beautiful establishment. Real sort of 7 out of 10, I'd say.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a rose with you?
Please.
How romantic am I? I know how to treat a man.
Absolutely.
Oh, come on, like that was literally great. And I know I put effort in, but that was all stuff around my house. I nicked those flowers from my sister's house. My best moment was when the guy who could obviously see like I'd gone all out to like woo you, brought over a little candle for the table.
It was so nice.
So
Brings out the best in people, doesn't it? When you make an effort, other people make an effort.
Exactly.
It's changing the culture.
Do you feel like I've sold you that your next first date, you could go to your local takeaway and pop down on one of the tables?
If I went all out with the effort and that you put in, putting the tablecloth down,
Yeah.
you know, flowers, candles.
Raiding your mum's drawers for all of her good stuff.
Yeah. Then yeah, I think I probably would. I think partly that also coupled with, like I said, with lockdown, where actually, you know, those sort of stripped back dates can be quite good. Then yeah, maybe.
I think it's the way forward. I think less money, more time and effort and sort of like emotional attention. That's the way. Thanks so much for agreeing to be my
Thanks for having me.
kebab shop date.
My pleasure.
And for joining us for this chat as well. If you have enjoyed what you have seen, please do like and subscribe. We'd love to beat that nasty algorithm and make sure that all of our salt, encouraging Christian content pops up for you guys. And we'll see you next week.